Welcome to Grade Pending. Y'all know what it is, the show where we watch, grade, review, talk about movies, music, shows, all that stuff. We haven't done this in a while, so welcome back to Grade Pending fans. Y'all already know we have our unique grading system. Awesome, which is the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. We got dope, which is very good, not perfect, not the bestest, but hey, it's a good show, good piece of entertainment. We got meh, which basically is all right, or watched it once, not trying to watch it no more. And then we got straight trash. With I'm never watching it again. It was hot garbage. Get this out my face. Why did I spend money on this? However you feel about it. All right. And we do our individual reviews and then come back as a group and talk about it. But to talk about it, we got to talk about it. So we'll be talking about Black Adam, and we will be talking about spoilers. If you have not seen the movie yet, go watch it first, then come back and watch us. Or you can watch us first, go watch the movie, then watch us again. Or you can just watch us a couple of times. I appreciate the views, but this is how it works. You can watch us more than you watch the movie, or you can watch the movie more than you watch us if you might like it. But you're gonna like us, you're gonna love us. We're gonna tell you how to feel about that, and let's get to the individual reviews.
So there's a lot of times in this movie where I felt like it didn't need a laugh, and they just had to have like a little cheesy joke every now and then inside of it. Um, the Rock does what The Rock does: go into movies, fuck shit up, and then it didn't dip. So I mean, except for he's having this little clash with Superman at the end, whoop de damn do. Um, it was it was it was an okay movie. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my god, world breaking. It's The Rock. I mean, shout out to Aldous Hodge. He's a really good actor. I like him. I've been fucking with him um, since Leverage, and before that actually. So I like him. Pierce Bronson did a nice Doctor Fate. Hawkman was cool. Cyclone, you know, Girl Rights cool. Um, Adam Smasher was a freaking loser through the whole damn. I mean, that was the most annoying ass character. Like the comic relief that wasn't that comedic. He was. They could have did without his character. Like that. That was pretty terrible. But overall, it's. I mean, it's a nice little DC movie. I'll give it some kind of credit. For an introduction movie, you got to compare it to like Man of Steel and stuff like that. But um, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was all right movie. I'm definitely not going to give it an awesome. I'm gonna go. Let's say it was awesome, dope, man, and trash. I'm gonna go high, man. I'm gonna go high, man. That's probably as far as I'll go with the high, man. Um, it was okay. Like I said, it was times where I'm like, we're doing this, like it's supposed to be serious, and then it just cut to a joke. Kind of like how Thor, like when you shouldn't need to be like serious at a moment, and then it just cut to a joke, and it's like, bro, you just lost the moment. But yeah, that's my movie.
So, we've had plenty of jokes going into this movie back and forth. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a really big DC person, but I do love Dwayne Johnson. I'm a big fan of everything he does. I like almost all his movies. Actually, the only movie of his that I don't like is Skyscraper. I actually like everything else he's done. Even his little Disney ones like Game Plan and Tooth Fairy. I love those. I rewatched fucking a lot of his movies a million times. So I like his movies, but I'm not a big fan of DC movies or DC characters. With that being said, since I didn't know much about Black Adam as a character, things like his origin story and stuff, if they were ruined or they messed it up, I wouldn't know. As a movie as a whole, though, I went in watching it, and from the start, honestly, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was actually done really well. It was a popcorn actiony film. It wasn't a deep drama story like like the Batman was earlier this year or something like that. But I still I sat there. As I told you guys earlier, I sat there on almost no sleep from working a crazy shift at work, and I went there and I stood up the entire time wide awake, like, oh shit, like this is happening, that's going on, like the action back and forth. I thought Pierce Brosnan did a great job. I like the character. Dr. Fate was cool. I always thought his suit was cool, but I didn't know shit about the character. And I don't want to be disrespectful and comparing Doctor Strange, but that's all I could do because I don't know, like I didn't know his character. So seeing the way he moves and stuff, but I don't know. I also don't know which character's origins first, who came first. I don't know. So I don't want to disrespect the character, but I like the way he did it. I like his role and how he went about it. I agree with Jared. What he said, like Cyclone and Atom Smasher was kind of like it was cool to see him there, but you didn't really need him. Like if they rewrote the script and didn't have those two characters, it wouldn't have mattered as much. But it still was a very entertaining film. I still liked it, and for what I'm hoping for coming into the DC universe and what they're adding to it is, it definitely did its part because I definitely would love to see him and Superman go at it. I would love to see that big action and fight scenes, and I don't necessarily need a crazy dramatized story. Like I'm cool with just a straight up popcorn action type of flip. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I definitely enjoyed watching it. I liked some of the little cute jokes and little things they put in there. I actually didn't mind them. And even like stupid, I remember watching the commercial and I remember when the dude hits him with the baton in the head, and I was like, that looks mad dumb. And then when it came to that part in the movie, the way they cut it and actually shot it, it worked. It worked fine. So like I said, I enjoyed it. I had no problems with the movie. I don't think it was amazing, but it's probably, unfortunately, as a Marvel fan, it's probably my second favorite comic book movie this year, and both of my favorite comic book movies this year are both DC movies. I do like it better than anything they did in Phase 4 for Marvel this year. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. I was surprised. I didn't expect it. But again, I looked at it for what it was. I took it as a popcorn action film. I mean, it's The Rock. And for that being it was very entertaining. It was a good 2 hours. It wasn't too long. It went by. I like the story. I like what they did with it. And I like the young kid. I like the way he did his little role. And I do like because all I know about Black Adam is the parts of Shazam, a little bit from there. And I do like that you kind of had that Shazam kind of thing with him talking about his powers and what powers he had in the beginning and what he could shoot electricity and all that stuff. Like they kind of had that role. Like I said, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to their future projects. I'll probably go with a medium dope. Go with a medium dope.
Woo, baby! Superman's back. Let's go! Woo! Black Adam was in this movie too, I guess. But anyway, so these are the top 10 reasons why Henry Cavill is going to change the DCU. All right, so Black Adam. So for those viewers at home that don't know, John, Paul, and I have a chat, and there's a lot of trolling, as the kids call it, that goes on during that chat. So I've been trolling for quite some time that Black Adam's gonna be amazing, is gonna make $3 billion. The truth is, kids, I don't give a fuck about Black Adam. No one gives a fuck about Black Adam. I don't give a fuck about The Rock. Dwayne was one of my favorite wrestlers, but it's too much. There's too fucking much Rock. Like, unlike John, which I'm surprised about, because John didn't really watch wrestling like I did. I don't watch his fucking. I stopped watching his movies a long time ago. It's too many. You got kids movies, other kids movies, and then other kids movies. But DJ was all about bringing this guy back. So I was like, all right, DJ, you get my money. And when it leaked that this was the post-credit scene, whoops, spoilers. I was like, all right, well, I don't believe it. Similar to the Spider-Man thing. And then when I woke up and it was on my Twitter feed, because of course they posted it right away, I was like, holy shit. And I was like, well, it's probably CG. And no, man, he got it done. He got it fucking done. Are we gonna get Man of Steel 2 like you're saying? Probably not. This movie's gonna make a whole lot of money. Warner Brothers is gone to shit. It's been hard out there for a DC fan. That being said, back to the movie. I was literally expecting to sit through child torture for 2 hours to get to my Superman team. And it really wasn't that. I was like, all right, once we got past the boring first 5-10 minutes where we're establishing the shitty CG and the past and the story, it was like, all right, here's Black Adam, and he's got a fat dick. And then here's Hawkman, and he's got a fat dick. And who's got the fatter dick for like 2 hours? I'm all about fat dicks, boys and girls. You can clip that out. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was fun. Every time they showed the stupid kids and the stupid townspeople, I don't care about poor people. Who gives a fuck? But when it was dick versus dick, action, it was great. There was a good, bad, and the ugly fucking reference that should have never worked, but it did. It was kind of funny. It was campy. I enjoyed it. And yeah, it's not a low dope because Henry's in it. 15 seconds of perfection, boys and girls. We're going to give it a dope. It's not an awesome, but it's a dope. I will be buying the 4K and the IMAX tickets. Maybe I'm not gonna go, but I'm gonna support this fucking movie. Back to you, Paul.
All right. So yes, as Otto mentioned, yes, we are in a chat room. They've been trolling me. I've been trolling back. We've had some fun with this. I did not want to see this movie. The trailers did not impress me. The marketing was strictly The Rock saying, "I'm bringing Superman back. I'm bringing Henry Cavill back as Superman." And the trailers, the commercial spots, nothing interests me to see this movie. So for the sake of content, I hope y'all appreciate this because I went to see the movie. All right, went to see it to bring y'all something to watch on the internet, on YouTube, and the 2021vision.com. Go check that out. And we're talking about it. I went in with low expectations. I went out feeling it was okay. Wasn't the worst. Wasn't the best. It wasn't boring. It's 2 hours. They get right to the action. Um, you know, they split the storytelling up so you don't get long monologue, long exposition. They break it up a little bit sprinkled within the movie to keep the action happening. But like I expected, it was a Rock movie. As you know, he has a clause where he can't really get beat up in his movies, so he doesn't. Only this time he has magic powers. So it just makes more sense because we all know Hobbs fighting Toretto. They both got magic powers. The way they busting through walls and but that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother universe, whole nother movies, a franchise. Um, I am not very familiar with Hawkeye, Hawkman, and Ant Man. Atom Smasher, and Doctor Fate. Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate. I'm not familiar with those characters, nor did they really give us much on them. Um, Hawkman. I don't know if he's strong enough to go against Black Adam. He did in this movie. He seemed like the only one that really was able to go toe to toe with him. I don't know how accurate that is on the power scale. I need Vegeta to tell me what's his power levels because I don't know. And I feel like Amanda Waller, if she could have called Superman off the rip, why didn't she? Why call them sending these rookies and the old dude when you could have just called Superman in the first place? I don't know, or I don't know. But the movie overall, I wasn't bored. It's something I could watch again. I'm not going to theaters to watch it again, but I could watch it again if it's on or if it's streaming. I could put it on. Um, I consider it similar to when we saw Kong versus Godzilla. It was fun movie, beat 'em up, smack 'em, fight. The Rock's little one-liners. He was Terminator at one point. The little boys teaching him how to be a hero. It had a lot of movies sprinkled into it. Um, I would go. I would go high, man. Maybe dope if I see it again and feel better about it. It's like I said, it's not something I'm telling everybody you got to go see. We all really went to see it for the post-credit scene. It was just to see how Henry Cavill came back. And shout out to Henry Cavill with the Christopher Reeves curl. That was the highlight for me because Christopher Reeves is still my favorite Superman. Superman, the first one, is still the best of all the Superman movies. I don't care what nobody says. So shout out to the nod to the OG with the curl. That's because that's how you can't tell the difference between Superman and Clark Kent. It's the curl. That's Clark ain't got no curls. So that can't be him. You know what I mean? But High Man, slightly dope, but I gotta pick one for the editing on the, so I'm going Man.
What in the fuck is a Justice Society of America?
Yeah, that was
JSA, baby, JSA. Because you don't know about
Nobody
the JSA
explained
doesn't
that
mean that they
shit.
don't exist. They don't
Nobody-
have to. Who gives
but
a
they
fuck?
didn't
You know who the
introduce
JSA
it
are?
right.
They're getting their own movie. That's who they are. They're getting, if this is successful, they're getting their own movie where Pierce Brosnan is still alive.
Do we want to see that movie?
But Jared, Well, that's the thing. I didn't give a fuck about the JSA. I didn't give a fuck about any of these people. But then I watched this movie. I was like, yo, the guy that Jared's talking about, Hawkman, he was cool. I've never seen that guy in anything before, but that guy, he was good actor. He was fucking in shape, and I was like, I'd watch the shit out of this guy. Way better than who the fuck are we getting for Black Panther 2? Some broad? No, this guy.
We
should have
don't
been in
know.
fucking Black Panther.
We don't know.
This guy should have been in fucking Black Panther, bro. This guy's mad nice. I was like, oh, this guy's fucking cool, and he was keeping up with the charisma of Dwayne. One thing about DJ, I really wish this movie was made like 10 years ago because you could see how old he is. There's only so many steroids you could do without it damaging the face. I don't know how old The Rock is, but he's getting up there. It really would have been nice to see a younger Black Adam. Or maybe even try to do the fucking hair or some shit.
Well, we did see a young Black Adam.
He's a really old
Shut
guy.
up. Stop
He's
it.
like
CGI
2000
him.
Stop it. That was
The
so
old name,
annoying.
Tez
They kept
Adams?
this big doofy head. Tess Adams.
Tef Adams, excuse me. Tef Adams.
I think we can all agree that we all thought this was going to be a complete dumpster fire, and it was kind of entertaining. Like, it's not serious. It was, to your point, Paul, it was like a popcorn movie.
Yes.
But I wasn't even expecting this because I don't watch The Rock movies because it's like, no. But yeah, it was entertaining, dude.
It was
I
like they
watching
got
those
right
two
to the
big
action.
hogs.
Yeah.
I mean, so you guys have all worked with me. You know, I love violence. Violence is the greatest, and violence solves everything. And Black Adam's all about violence solving everything.
Yeah.
And literally, he literally was ripping people apart. He shot one guy, like rescued one guy's body apart. He ripped the dude that like.
Yeah.
I don't know what more you guys
The
want.
main bad guy, CGI bullshit.
And that was
bad guy,
the
he
toned
ripped him in
down
half.
version.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
Remember, it was R-rated and they had to tone it down.
So I love
and
that.
to John's
all
point,
action.
the stupid jokes from the trailer, that some of them actually kind of worked. Like him going, he didn't make it, to the guy that he flung. I was like, oh, it's going to be so dumb. But in the movie, he flung the guy, and Dr. Fate's like, all right, let me talk to him, ask some questions, we'll figure this out. You killed him, didn't you? And then Dwayne's like just staring, and you see the guy falling in the back. Yeah.
He didn't make it.
I was like, oh,
For
shit,
some reason,
that was funny.
that reminded me of Drax. I felt like I was watching Drax.
Yeah, I do agree. There were
some
parts
Drax
like the
vibes.
sarcasm, all that stuff. There were parts where I got
it gave me
vibes,
Drax.
I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, like I said, I loved it. Violent as fuck. The shit worked. Even when he finally said his catchphrase, it was like, and when he tried to say his catchphrase,
when he tried to say
it worked.
That was funny.
It worked.
That was when he tried to say the last minute, hey, don't tell him that. Oh, no.
The only thing that like had nothing to do with the movie, but
and then he finally hit it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that had nothing to do with the movie, but I was confused on, was the kid who plays Atom Smasher. If you watch him talk, his mannerisms, bro, I want a DNA test. That's Mark Ruffalo's kid. That's definitely Mark Ruffalo's kid, bro. The way he talks, his mannerisms, the way he moves, the way he words things, that's Mark Ruffalo's kid, bro.
That's Mark Ruffalo and that fucking annoying kid that I hate that played Spider-Man. That's their like fusion. That was like that's the heartthrob hunk kid for the girls, which I read it was 75% men, 25% women in the audience. So I guess that didn't work. And again, Dwayne's not hot anymore. Dude's jacked as shit, but I don't think the girls are like, oh, I want to go see The Rock because like, it's over.
Man is 50.
It's over. Yeah,
but
I mean,
but I can tell you,
we could all wish we look like that at 50. But I'm, just saying.
I know you went for like premiere like Thursday night. I went, at like 12 o'clock this afternoon today, and the theater was packed. Like it was sold out. Yeah. My theater was sold out. There was no seats in there, and it was AMC all the way up here. Like, but
you went in New York, not upstate.
Upstate.
Oh wow! And it was sold out. That's impressive.
It was packed, and it was one of the bigger AMC theaters. So a lot of seats, and it was packed. Every seat was full, even the front row. So I was like, all right, maybe it will do well. Like I said, I'm not a big DC person, but I like The Rock, and I did enjoy this film. And if I'm gonna watch a film with superheroes I'm not a big fan of, at least let them kick ass. And this guy, bro, he nothing but violence. I loved it. Like he made it very clear, I am not a hero, and fucking rip people apart.
Well, for me, like one thing.
And the breaking through the doors thing was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Like one thing about me for the story alone that I actually liked was he was the hero for that town. Like granted, folklore could be, it was misconstrued or told differently to try to make him on a higher pedestal. But the fact that when they try to come and take him down, and the town was like, "Oh, fuck y'all guys, get out of our town!" Like this is our guy right here. Like I actually like that. Like because in every movie, you want to be the good guys. Everybody goes to the good guys. yada yada. Like you actually saw like conflict of who's really like evil, who's really like good into their eyes. Like that was their hero, and they supported their guy throughout. Like so, I do like that part of the story. Trying to show support for your local town, person.
That was a
I
different.
mean, that was
aspect.
definitely bootleg Wakanda.
And the fake vibranium.
Yeah, it was like there was no way around it. It was bootleg Wakanda. And I was like, come on, guys, seriously.
The only thing that really bothered me CGI wise, like there's a few things that, but when his plane came out of his mansion, I was like, oh my god, this looks
the X-Men
could make this.
It was PS3 game.
Terrible. I was like terrible, but that, and I do like when The Rock was walking, he's just like the table just kept moving with him.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was funny when he broke the first time he broke the wall. Like I said, I thought it was funny. One thing I did like though, when they first did the trailer and it's about him being like not being a hero but being like this badass, but they're like, oh, his son sacrifices. I was like, that sounds like a pussy, bro. It sounds like your son was the hero, like that. And then
exactly, me too. I thought that too. Yeah,
I was like, oh shit. So it's actually a good. Okay, I understand now.
One thing I hated at the end was, when they was doing like the whole, like hero speech thing and such, and you had the modern day kid talking, and then you had like a little callback to like the Rock's kid talking, whatever. But it sounded like the kid for the modern day era, like his voice was dubbed over to something else. Like,
I heard a lot of people say that.
like
Yeah, I didn't notice it. I zoned out whenever that little kid talked because I don't give a shit about stupid fucking little terrorist kid. But yeah, I heard that it was like a bad dubbing job. I didn't. In my mind, that sequence where like the village rally to fight the undead demons of hell, that didn't really happen. I was really just focused on The Rock fighting Hawkman because that was the cool shit. But I get it for the people.
Like Dawn of the Dead or some shit.
Yeah,
that part was weird. Trash.
I agree. That part I could have done without that part. I did like the little quick fight in the room though. That they made sure they hit every single character in the Justice League. The rip, break, punch.
He punched through the Superman thing. I was like, you motherfucker! I know this guy's in the end. That was cool. Yeah. I don't know, man. I was entertained, and to John's point, more than any Marvel product this year, maybe. I don't know.
I don't agree.
Well, yeah, you cash paychecks, motherfucker, from fighting. Yeah, you can, but you're legally prohibited from.
I just don't agree. I don't think that it was more entertaining than any Marvel product this year.
Than any, including Thor 4.
I mean, okay, it was better now, but not better than Doctor Strange.
I hate Doctor Strange. I thought it was so bad.
Right. I didn't hate none of them.
Now we can agree that even though Dr. Fate in the film universe was copying Doctor Strange,
absolutely,
Pierce Brosnan is better than fucking Benedict Cumberbatch or whatever the fuck his name is. We can agree, yes?
We talking about
yes?
other
Pierce
movies?
Did a good job, yes. It's
fucking
better
than him in other movies?
No, I'm talking about his performance. His performance. It was only one movie. He was better.
No, his power was useless.
Doctor Strange.
He saw the future, but couldn't. Like Doctor Strange saw millions of outcomes. As an actor, no, I'd still go by what the character did.
You'd rather see Benedict? You're crazy. Benedict's
if you're comparing Strange versus Fate,
I'd rather look at Pierce, but I'd rather the acting of Benedict. But I'd rather look at Pierce.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you that.
I'd rather look at old
Benedict
Bond.
was like an alien. He's a very weird.
I'd rather look at old Bond because he's still got a little bit of like, oh, that guy used to fuck.
You know who my Bond
Benedict
is?
Was in a gay cowboy movie. Benedict was in a gay cowboy movie last year. Come on.
You know who my Bond is. So
well, to be fair, Pierce Brosnan got beat up by Mr. Doubtfire.
We don't talk about that, John. We don't talk about that.
All right, we can wrap this one up.
So I'm surprised.
Oh, you got more? My bad.
Dope across the board. Yeah, dope across the board. So 4 dopes. We agree. Fantastic.
No.
Bravo, Rocky. You did it again.
No.
Oh, also, Mr. Paul, on your previous thing, it's not just the curl, sir. Glasses too.
Yeah,
glasses also make
glasses too. Yes. But not just the curl. But mostly the curl. The curl just stands out. You gotta have the curl.
But yeah, but Richard Donner has nothing on Man of Steel, bro. You out of your mind.
I don't know if you're watching a 3-hour TV cut or what, Paul. I know you got nostalgia and shit.
Man of Steel was boring.
I was like, Cavill's the best, but you're out of your goddamn. All right, cut the tape. Cut the fucking tape. This guy's drunk.
It was boring. How
I
did
want you
Lois
to take the
walk
coke
to
you took
a,
before
a,
we
a
started the show
military
today.
base with nobody
What does
stopped
that have
her?
to do with boring? What does that
It's
have to do with boring?
boring.
Who cares? She's the
It was
general's daughter. She's the
boring.
general's daughter. You don't want to get into this. You don't want to get into this, guys. We can do a
Boring.
whole sidebar. I literally
Boring.
watched it again this morning on the treadmill. No.
Boring.
We'll be right back.
Black Adam is better than Man of Steel.
Okay, now you're just
trying to get real crazy.
yeah.
Black
you
Adam is better than Man of
Just trying to
Steel.
kill my erection.
you know me
Oh, you're
forever,
on
and I
drugs,
hate
bro.
Superman,
You're on
and
drugs.
that's disrespectful.
Black Adam better than Man of Steel.
He's literally got a dead. He's got a dead Superman as a backdrop as we speak. How dare you?
Black Adam better than Superman, Man of Steel. Sorry. I think
All right. See, and this is why that movie has to happen.
that's what I was about to say. The old DC regime is gone, so hopefully they bring in a new team that can do it better. But that old regime, those DC films, Man of Steel was not good, and hopefully now they're gonna bring him back. He's gonna have a curl, a little more red and
That movie
blue.
was so good.
He's gonna have a better.
And Michael
They're gonna do
Shannon.
Superman better this time. I hope. I hope. We
I
shall
will
see.
find him.
But that's the end of this episode. We wrapping it up. Tell us what y'all think. Comment below, all that good stuff. We'll be back another episode where we talk about something else, give a review on something else. We'll disagree on something else, because that's always what happens. But y'all love it. So catch you on the next one.